Hello, I'm Mark Modzelewski. This is my family, and I'm going to tell you a bit about my journey in creative industries, specifically theater. So I think the most important thing for me is to keep in mind who I am and what's important to me. But a question that I want to float out there for you is, where does inspiration come from? Think about that a little bit as I'm going through different things. So I started out as an actor way back in the US in Connecticut. I was fortunate, I was close to New York, so I got to go on auditions mostly. I didn't do anything big. Eventually that journey led me to Los Angeles, because that's what you do if you want to be an actor in the US, so I went there. And then life gives you a different curveball. So I ended up in a classroom in Arizona, teaching high school students about theater. Literally one day a waiter, next day in the classroom with the kids, literally. But it was amazing. I fell into theater directing when I was in LA, which opened this door for me, because I was invited to work at a summer camp for 2 weeks. And that 2 weeks led to a full-time job where I stayed for 8 years and restarted their technical theater and also their acting program there. And this was my classroom space. It was still in the process of renovation, but I wanted to create a space. That to me was very important in having that kind of environment where the kids felt they could be themselves. This is another type of space. This was an opera that I worked on backstage, because being a theater person means you work a lot of different jobs. So I've worked over the years nearly every job in a theater, from the ticket seller to maintenance to sweeping the floors to directing to acting to being a technician. This was me directing a production of Romeo and Juliet in Cardiff. My journey took me, after I left Arizona, I wanted to go back and get actual training as a theater director. So I went to the UK and studied theater directing, which led to this opportunity, which was absolutely amazing. And shortly after this, or actually before this, I met a lovely young Bulgarian woman, which is how I ended up here for the short version. And then looking at coming to Bulgaria, what am I going to do? I've just retrained to make sure I can find opportunities to work as a theater director, and there's no English language theaters consistently running. Occasionally there are performances and often with surtitles, but that's not what I want to do. And I got here and I got certified before I came. Right during this time I was also doing a certification. This is because life throws this at you all the time. Right? Expect the unexpected. Here I am in Bulgaria, and I'm a theater director, and there's no theater. So where do I work? So the wheels started going, and I think, well, I'll start my own. There isn't one. Why not? I had a small one in the UK, but I never planned to grow that. And this is the name of my theater company. When I arrived here, I was fortunate. I found a job in a language center straight away, after staying home with my son for a little bit, because my wife had full-time employment already. And we did 2 children's shows in the park, just before COVID. So the whole idea of building some momentum and let's get this ball rolling and people will know about it. We had 600 people come over 2 summers to 9 shows in the park that we did for free. And I paid out of pocket. Thank you, my dear. My wife is in the audience. This is looking backstage because we had no budget. But I found 4 really versatile and fun Bulgarian actors to work with me. And then fortunately I landed a job at a very nice private school, and I was able to get their technical theater program started there, which gave me stability. But I still had this dream. And so I left there after after 5 years. During that time, like I said, COVID, birth of my daughter, company's plan was summer and winter, but that never came to fruition. I was able to teach kids lots of different things, including working with a lighting designer to teach kids how to run this. This is student run, and they were up on the grid above the stage, the only program that I know of in Bulgaria like that, but when I left that kind of vanished. And this is what I'm doing now. So I have a small acting studio in Laldost. We've started programs, but I know most people coming to me are not planning to be professionals. Same with my students in Arizona. So the idea is to build confidence, public speaking, creativity, problem solving, and those are the things that I stress in the workshops that I do. This is the fall announcement of what I had running this fall. There will be new ones coming up. If you're interested, at the end I have flyers and things like that, so don't panic during this. and hopefully you're learning something new because I'm literally just starting out. I've been here 8 years, but 2 years ago is really when I got the ball rolling, and this is the new space in Lodlos, which I'm quite grateful for. I want to mention one thing. It's really important for a space. It doesn't have to be your own space like this. I'm very grateful for that. But I think if you want to have divergent thinking, which is creativity, you create a space along with great people that you're collaborating with so that it's safe. You have that kind of environment where you allow other people to share their ideas. I'm the one who needs to lead it. It's my vision, so I have a clear purpose, but I'm fully open to other people sharing ideas that contribute to that, and they want to go in the same direction. And so that's what I'm trying to do now. We have a show coming up, which I'll talk about shortly, but we have workshops running. I have corporate training programs that I'm going to begin working on as soon as the show's done to do different types of trainings and things. This is me last year in the performance. We did 2 shows at Keva, right in the center, and I paid out of pocket again, thank you, my dear. But luckily, those days, I think, are coming to an end now. So we did 2 shows. Again, I found a number of actors. Ironically, last year, none were Bulgarians, but I had technicians and musicians working with me. This is the one for this year. Next week, make your plans now. Book tickets, please. Okay, that was my little commercial. But we're doing this year. We have 6 shows at Keva, and then we have 3 more at my studio space in Lodlos, because I want people to know, and I want people to have a space, especially if you're English speaking like me. Thank you.